we are.
We're visiting our grandparents for the first time.
This is gonna be a great week. Bedtime here is 9:30.
I know a story. It's about when people go into a deep, beautiful sleep, but not die.
There's something wrong with Nana and Papa. There's someone outside the door.
I'm going to get you.
The Visit.
I have not seen her this happy in years.
Rated PG-13.
But not die.
There's something wrong with Nana and Papa. There's someone outside the door.
I'm going to get you.
The Visit.
I have not seen her this happy in years.
Rated PG-13.
Okay.
Hey everybody,
Howdy.
if anybody's watching,
If you're out there, we're here.
and we miss you.
Yep. So,
So, couple of things.
kind of cool things.
I'm excited. You want to talk first?
So, there's a big reveal today of Michael Fassbender in his assassin's costume for the Assassin's Creed movie. And a few details dropped about the plot.
I couldn't find it. Where did you see it?
I found it on Games Radar.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
It wasn't on IGN.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So basically what it says, it's a new character. It's not an existing assassin in the games.
Sweet.
Um,
Well, kind of sweet. I mean, I would have liked to have seen a film version of Ezio.
oh yeah, I would have too. Although the picture they revealed, it looked very heavily inspired by Ezio.
Yeah.
It was the darker assassin garb as opposed to Altair's white, which I thought was interesting. They didn't go with the iconic white and red.
Yeah.
But it makes more sense if you're trying to make a realistic type movie.
Right.
An assassin wouldn't be walking around in white,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's a Spanish nationality
Okay.
assassin. And then he will also be playing the modern day counterpart. So they're doing the Desmond Miles back and forth, except he's not Desmond Miles, obviously.
Okay.
He's going to be a completely new character on both assassin wise and the descendant wise.
Right on.
So
That's
yeah.
awesome.
From what I gather, so going to be talking a lot about the Animus and jumping in and
So they're not
going
doing
into
away
the
with
DNA.
kind of that lore.
Yeah, they're keeping it kind of that science.
They're not doing like a strictly assassin movie.
Yeah.
They're mixing the two.
Yeah, they're mixing it. And
Interesting.
I would probably assume that they're going to be a franchise starter. I think that's probably the hope. So, we'll see.
Yes.
I love this trailer.
I love this game.
It's a fantastic game. So, do you have any more news?
Yes, but I just want to watch this. I'm just going to switch over
Switch
to
it over. Let them get the vibe of what we're doing here tonight.
We were talking about BioShock Infinite.
That's right. If you can tell by our...
If you can tell. I don't know if they can see on the camera. Kind of
It's a little bit.
look them up, though.
It's how they nailed it.
I mean, that's obviously the Big Daddy grill for the chef.
Yeah, it's cool because up until that point, everything's just kind of quiet. Yeah, it's just quiet and 75 is going on. And then it gets erupts and then the vibe is just... It's such a cool contrast.
Those crow guys.
I love those crow enemies. Brotherhood of the Raven or whatever they're called.
I just love the logo.
Mm-hmm. It's really cool.
I think it's so awesome.
You know, it's got the decayed Americana
Yes.
tattered flag, you know.
So we're talking about BioShock Infinite and Exceptionalism.
Yes.
Which exceptionalism is this idea that a country or time period or individual is better than
Other
others,
nationalities, other races.
for ill-founded reasons.
Yeah, it's a very ethnocentric concept
Yes.
that was very present in many nations, you know, not just America, but specifically for this
yeah,
game.
but I think America really kind of
Yeah. Took it around with it.
yeah.
You know, with the whole Manifest Destiny bullcrap. And
Yeah, everything. Divine right.
Yeah. So,
All that kind of fun stuff.
So yeah. So,
Let's start.
let's do it. Should we just jump in?
Yes.
Start playing?
Let's start playing.
Okay. It's been a while since I played. I'm excited.
I love the intro. I think this is one of the most perfect intros. In terms of video games, there's really only two... Okay, I'll go three. Three intros that I think are absolutely perfect that I would not change a thing for. BioShock, the original BioShock. I think the way you descend into Rapture, everything beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
With the Art Deco, and it just kind of is like, everything just overwhelms you. It's awesome. BioShock Infinite, up until you throw the baseball.
Yeah.
Beautiful introduction. And even beyond that, there's more.
Yeah.
The whole thing is perfect. And The Last of Us, I think, is such a good
Yeah. Last of Us is really good.
It's just awesome.
See, and here we have the unruined logo, you know, which is cool. For your intros, I'll add one to that. I love the MechWarrior 2 intro.
I've never
long
played
time
MechWarrior 2.
ago on the PC. I was in junior high when that game came out.
Yeah.
But I loved it because you just had these mechs walking around, you know, and there's one under attack and another one comes to rescue. And the last shot of it is just this enemy mech pointing its rocket launcher at it and just blowing everything to hell.
Booker, are you afraid of God?
No. But I'm afraid of you.
I mean, just that opening quote. I'm not afraid of God, I'm afraid of you. And he's talking to Elizabeth, isn't he?
Yes.
1912. The most famous...
Are you going to just sit there?
As compared to what? Standing?
Not standing. Rowing.
Rowing? I've planned on it.
So you expect me to
Well, why
shoulder
this
the
is
burden?
No.
I've said it before,
But I do
this is
expect
very
you to do
similar
all the rowing.
And why is that?
Coming here was your idea.
No, this one he's on a boat.
I made it very clear that I don't believe in the
This
exercise.
protagonist is
rowing.
really badass.
No.
I love Booker.
Imagine that's wonderful
Booker Lewis.
exercise.
Booker Lewis.
The
But what I like about
entire
this is
thought
he has a
experiment.
personality.
Excuse me.
me.
How much longer? One goes
I
into an
love
experiment
Booker.
knowing
And
one could
obviously
fail.
voiced by
One does
Booker.
not undertake an experiment
Yes,
knowing
this
one
is comes
has
with a photo.
failed.
Can we
He
get back
opens
to the rowing?
box with a
I
photo
suggest you
of
do,
the
but we're never going to get there.
No,
Jack's
I mean, I'd
box.
greatly appreciate it if you would assist.
Perhaps you should ask him. I imagine he has a greater interest in getting there than I do.
I suppose he does. There's no point in asking.
Why not?
Because he doesn't row.
He doesn't row.
No, he
Yeah,
doesn't
so if
row.
anybody joins us in
I see
chat,
what you mean.
you know, I'm not worried about spoilers. It's been out for a while.
Yeah, it came out in
2012.
We've arrived.
Yeah, so jump in, tell us your thoughts on the story.
So right off the bat, one of the things I want to know, they are very, very good.
Shall we
at
tell
grounding
him
us
when
in
we'll be
reality.
returning?
Because that picture,
We might give him some
really
comfort.
You wouldn't even think it's right to New York on foot.
Hey,
You don't even think of it. It's like,
somebody
okay, this is
meeting me
obviously
here?
supposed to
I'd
be
certainly
Maine.
hope so.
But
It
where
does
are
seem
these
like
two
a
going?
dreadful place to
They're
be
rowing
stranded.
off into the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Where the crap are they going?
Yeah, and like
They
you
don't
just said,
know,
okay, so I don't know where I'm at.
Yeah, no idea.
Just a lighthouse.
All we have is a lighthouse. But we instantly buy into this.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's nothing to say that you shouldn't. You know, I mean, our suspension of disbelief is grounded on this is a real. And I think they did that very well. Even Rapture. They do a very good job of grounding.
Yeah, completely fantastic. So, very grounded at the same time. The wit. The girl, we got ready to death. The last one.
want to talk about something we didn't talk about when last Tuesday.
Excuse me. It's
Why is
Hooker
it called
DeWitt.
BioShock?
I guess
what
you're
are your thoughts
expecting
on
me?
Of thy sins shall I
Okay, so, in the original BioShock, we were greeted with Andrew Ryan, his very gilded portrayal of him, and, no gods or kings, only men. This one, it's a very humble stitch work,
Yes.
very religious in tone.
But still very foreboding.
Yes, yeah. Has a very ominous feel to it.
Because of the way they've worded it, it's not, I shall wash thee of thy sins.
Yeah.
It's not written in normal language.
No.
Of thy sins shall I wash thee.
Yeah, it's kind of very...
Offsetting Yoda-esque.
meant to put you on edge a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I've thought a lot about it, because I texted you about it. I was like, we didn't talk about why it's called BioShock. I think it's because... and they are trying to get you to look at the choices you make in life.
Okay.
And analyze them in a different way. So,
Sodom I shall lead thee. Which
shall I lead thee? It's almost a question.
Yeah, yeah.
They're asking, shall I lead thee? Shall I wash thee?
Shall I lead thee? Obviously, Sodom is, a biblical city.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Is anyone here? Hello?
But anyway, because they're wanting you to think about the choices that you're making in the game, the events of the game, and all of that, I kind of feel like the BioShock is more like shocking you about life. The events of these games are very shocking. They're very disturbing because they could happen in real life.
They could.
Even just like yesterday with the reporter and the cameraman that got shot.
Just the
sudden suddenness of life is very shocking, and I think those games show that. You have to make these decisions that aren't necessarily the best decisions, but you have to make them fairly quickly.
Right.
And the shocking nature of life is kind of the real theme of these games. Like, what happens when you let life go to extremes? With BioShock, we saw the extreme of objectivism, of so creepy.
I love bloody handprints in
it.
games. I don't know what it is. It's a good setup.
It is a good setup.
Touch. Ooh.
Everyone says he can't hear us at all.
Shit.
Well, that's sad, isn't it? Is that better?
Can you hear the game? Guess you can't hear us. You can't answer the questions.
I guess not. Can you hear us now?
Hello.
Hey, Magic Wolf.
Magic Wolf is here. Can you hear us, Magic Wolf?
Yes, let us know if you can hear us.
And let us know how the volume on the game is.
It seems like we should have all this figured out, but barely. You can barely hear us. Why?
Magic Wolf says this is an excellent game.
It is an excellent game. Just gonna turn up the mic. Is that better, Joe Vance? Magic Wolf says he can hear us fine. Turn the volume up on your computer, Joe Vance. Come on.
Okay, let's do this. I don't remember seeing any pattern.
Yeah, the pattern's in the little book that you opened. It's 1 scroll, 2 keys, 2 swords.
Is that what it was?
At the first.
I was talking.
Yeah, I think
so
it's
one scroll. Okay, let's see. Use bells. Oh, there we go.
Oh, I even
1,
grabbed
2,
it. I
2.
got it right. That's how observative I am. I could be Jason Bourne if I wanted to be. Probably. I'd have to change my name, because who's ever heard of Agent Pincock? That's just ridiculous.
Cool name, though.
It's ridiculous. ridiculous.
You would have made a good Pinkerton, much like Booker DeWitt.
I would have made a good Pinkerton.
Pincock the Pinkerton.
Yes.
It's got a nice ring to it. I'm
It
going to write a
does.
book about it.
Sweet, do it.
Okay.
I'd love to read
I
it.
love this intro. I mean, look at this. The entire
I love
sky
everything about
is
it.
red.
Everything about it is so awesome. So we were talking about life taken to the extremes with BioShock, the original BioShock, like we talked about last time. They take this idea of individualism and ruling yourself and making your own decisions without regard of what's going to happen to other people.
Yep.
Way to the extreme. And this game, well,
Yeah, it's very much. It's the opposite of that. It's the
It is.
idea that we need to be controlled by something else, a higher power, God, a divine prophet.
God or Comstock.
Yeah,
One of the
Comstock,
two.
the prophet who, spoiler, isn't
is
very,
you.
So I love this intro. I
do too.
just love the intensity
Yes.
of it, how quickly it escalates. No pun
Yeah, we're
intended.
gonna. Let's just watch it.
Make yourself ready, Sergeant. The bindings are there to safeguard.
I mean, how it's just
There goes his gun.
Ascension. Ascension in the count of 5.
ascension. They call it ascension.
Yeah, not blast off or anything like that.
1.
How terrifying would that be?
So creepy because you have no idea where you're going, and then all of a sudden you break through the clouds.
And there's just this beautiful vista.
It's just so.
And I just love the music, how it ramps up.
And you see his face in the,
And there's the statue.
hallelujah.
Just that simple piano, very hymn-like. And this song recurs.
And
throughout the
at some
entire
point
game.
you've got to say, okay, now what?
Yeah. It's like, all right. Instead of a whale floating by, it's this big airship. I mean, it's brilliant how
It is
well...
incredibly
how
similar.
well
they did
the
homage
similarities
to
that
it
are there.
very well.
And you don't even realize it until you start thinking
Father
about
Comstock.
how these games are connected.
Which we learn about in Burial at Sea.
Yes. Now I'm kind of wondering if we see a handyman of some sort. I guess we don't. We saw the Big Daddy in the original one. I love the music.
I think one of the things that they do very well is they keep the themes going through the words that you read
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, and the prophet shall lead the people to the new Eden. Here we are at Comstock. Very
And the
much
supposed
at Christ.
Eden,
I mean,
Well, it has a very, the city of Enoch feel, where it was lifted up from the earth.
yeah, it does. And I mean, he's kind of like a mixture of Christ and Moses,
Yeah.
and
He's the very classical prophet
yeah,
archetype.
yes,
With heavy Christ influences,
Yes.
obviously, Which, I think that's another part of that's so creepy about it to me, is it's almost kind of the blasphemous nature of it. It kind
Yeah.
of carries this, it's like we should, as a religious person,
yeah.
it really has
It
that
does kinda have that
feel
little- But
Yeah.
it forces you. The game forces you to accept this belief.
yes, because it's the only one there is.
We aren't presented with another option. Comstock is the man.
And every citizen believes
Believes it.
it. I just love this. It's very idyllic. It's like a baptismal font.
Yes. Magic Wolf says first time he played, he spent a half hour in the first area just looking around.
Oh, I agree.
It is very.
I agree. It's beautiful. I mean, that's even a very Poseidon
Yeah, this
type statue,
It
you know,
is.
with the flowing beard and the arms
but still, and
outstretched
even
in
his
the water.
his arms out like this is very a Christ-like.
Yeah. So it's this really
position.
interesting mixture of, you know, deities.
Yes. Just one second. I'm gonna exit out of Twitch, so I think it's slowing down.
Excuse me. Where am I?
Heaven. Or as close as we'll see till Judgment Day.
There we go. Sorry about that, guys.
Let's keep such questions to ourselves.
There's a key.
And I mean, there's even Latin because these are all
Some
Latin
gladium.
words. Yeah,
Yeah.
gladium,
Latin for sword, you know.
clavum, which is the key, and
Volumen.
yes,
Scroll. Probably, you know,
I think that
volume
means
or-
scripture. I'm not sure though.
It could be.
On this day of days, we recommit ourselves to the city and to our prophet, Father Thompson. We recommit through sin.
I mean, this whole area is just so improbable. Like, why would we actually have an area like this?
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Why would you build something like this that is just covered in water on the floor? And you've got these floating candles, and I mean, everything's just.
You know, and going back to what you were saying about the contrast between the ideas that both games are talking about and how this one is, you know, being curtailed, being forced to accept something. Even this intro, the only entrance into the city is through these waters of baptism.
Exactly.
There's no other way for you to get in.
Exactly.
You know, you're being forced to do this. You know, which is very anti.
This
Christian, you know?
path of forgiveness is the only way to the city.
Yeah,
And
Literally.
is it really forgiveness though?
Yeah.
That's the real question.
it is. You know, and that's kind of the thing about repentance. It has to be based on your free will. You have to be willing to repent to be given that forgiveness. You know, according to Christianity.
Yeah, you know, major theology.
Yeah. This part always creeped the crap out of me. We see the brand on his hand.
Yes, like what is that? Like that's the first. What is it? And these people are just so like
Very
they're all
angelic.
just looking at you
Yeah.
like,
Just need past
go
it.
They're
on,
just
do
expecting,
it.
just waiting.
They don't have minds of their own.
Although the only way to Columbia is through rebirth in the sweet waters of baptism.
I agree, Magic Wolf. Troy Baker is a fantastic voice actor.
Yes.
See, you have no other option. You
Yeah,
can't.
you have to. Well, and it's such a great because you are kind of. I mean, the ideas of BioShock and BioShock 2, you think you have this freedom, you're making decisions, but in the end, you still have to kill Andrew Wright. You still
Yeah.
have to do those
Yeah.
things. And so here it's like we're being forgiven of all those actions that we've done in the other games, right at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know,
Yes.
It's very, very good storytelling.
Yeah. Well, and especially the way that they circle it back.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's like, okay, he's drowning me.
Yeah.
So, am I dead? Is that how I get into the city? Is that I die?
Who's there? Who's there?
What do you want?
Okay, so we have a flashback sequence here. We're obviously not in Columbia at this point.
Told you. Not gonna do it. Go.
And then we are.
But we get a peek of the real world.
Yes.
So this is down on Earth, not in the sky.
But Columbia was floating.
Columbia's descended to
Yes.
cleanse the Earth.
Yes.
And then we wake up with all the founding fathers deified as Greek gods, almost.
Yeah. Benjamin Franklin, George Washington,
and Edison.
Edison is no Jefferson.
Jefferson.
That idiot.
It says underneath him.
Difference between
Jefferson.
Jefferson. You know, he typifies wisdom. Washington is obviously strength with the sword.
And yeah, Benjamin's the
Inventor, you know, the ingenuity.
yes. Magic Wolf makes a good point. You know, the entrance to the city is so peaceful and inviting, where the entrance to Rapture is immediately terrifying.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You know?
I would argue though that experience there where the way they filmed it and everything, where it feels like you're drowning, is equally as terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, it gets terrifying pretty quick.
Yeah.
You know, but I think the vestige of peacefulness, you know. In Rapture, we know we're in a shitty situation. We know we're in this society that's
this
falling apart.
definitely has a veneer of peace about it, because these people have been beaten into submission by Comstock.
Well, I mean, even look at their eyes. Their eyes have like a milky texture to them, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just hardware limitations or if it's meant to be like that. I would lean more towards it's meant to be.
I would lean towards it's meant to be.
Knowing the creators, you know? I mean, look at that.
I mean, and they're all just sitting there praying, and that's how they live.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these people don't move.
You know, I don't really want to say it on the show, but
yes, I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I know it. I get what you're saying. I thought that too, but I didn't bring it up. What's the sign say above the door?
It says, "See, the prophet shall sit the throne and drown in flame the mountains of man," which was that flash that we just saw.
Yeah, we did
coming
see
out of his
it.
office, you know.
Lots of introductions. I mean, there's a lot of entrances.
Yeah.
In this game at the beginning. I mean, it's just how improbable this whole thing is.
And this musical cue, that's it's reminiscent of Rapture.
Yes.
You know? Then we get this taste of, you know, we step out of the overtly religious stuff and into this American...
okay, so that whole thing was indoors.
Yeah.
Everything that we just went through is indoors.
Yeah.
Well, we assume. We don't see the other side.
Right. So now we're kind of out here in the real world, so it's almost like descending from heaven into, you know, Earth.
Yes. But still, I mean, it just feels very American, you know, creamy root beer, fresh popcorn,
hot dogs,
lemonade. We got the trolleys, even though they're not really, I mean, they're still, obviously. And then Comstock with a sword.
Yeah.
And I mean, such a massive statue of him.
And then we got the automatons.
Yes. A lot of playing with sunlight in this game.
Like a lot of light filtering through. And
yes. Oh, and then there's the raffle.
Ah, yes, the raffle.
Vision of a great city.
See, there we got another Comstock. You know, and if you're paying attention and picking up the bread trail, you know, that guy just said, you know, after the Battle of Wounded Knee, that was one of the first things we saw in the game, is when Booker was handing his box.
Yes, 7th Battalion Wounded Knee.
So, you know, there's those hints of...
He knows him, at least.
Yeah. They're connected somehow.
Well, and so here we see his child is born.
Yep.
There's a lot of foreshadowing.
Yes.
Picking the right event to attend on a day like today is
Columbia Raffle and Fair.
I almost feel like we need to turn the TV up just a little bit for our benefit.
We can. I think now that we got the microphone sorted out, we can turn it up a little bit.
How's that? Yeah, let's do that.
I think that's great.
Let us know if you can't hear us, if the sound drowns us out.
He's strong in the sword, but a bit weak in the key and the scroll. You get my meaning.
See, I mean, they have this like this whole thing with the keys and the scroll and the sword and everything.
Is this girl?
Now that's telling.
Very
there.
telling.
It's like we've seen that brand on someone's hand before.
Yes. Beware the false shepherd.
I love these things.
So do I. I agree with Magic Wolf. They have done a very good job of ensuring dread with every step you take in this place. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, and there's no reason to feel dread yet.
Yeah, but you expect it. You're just waiting for everything to go to hell.
Something. Because it's BioShock.
Yeah. You know, which, it really makes me think, you know, Irrational Studios shut down. It almost seems sad that the reality is we may never have a new BioShock game again. You know?
Joe Vance, have you played this game? Just wondering. And the Barbershop Quartet, it's just so idyllic.
It is.
You know, it's just... the music of tomorrow, today. You know, it's all very World's Fair.
Yeah, very small town, very, you know.
Yeah.
Every town USA, you know. I mean, what's more American than fireworks?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing is more American than fireworks.
America.
We're badasses.
I mean, we are.
We are.
In fact, some would say we're exceptional.
We are. It's exceptional. Telegram, see? How do these people know that Mr. DeWitt is in...
DeWitt, stop. Do not alert Comstar to your presence. Stop. Whatever you do not take number 6.
You know, there's an interesting game coming out. I can't remember what it's called, but it's by a lot of the people that were working at Irrational Games. But it has this very veneer of happiness and stuff, but everybody is basically kind of forced to take these drugs that makes them constantly happy, and you're like trying to get by, you know, from what I've read about it and some of the screenshots I've seen. I can't remember the name of it. Maybe Magic Wolf can help me out.
Interesting.
Because we've talked about it before, but yeah, it has this very similar ideas to it, you know, this facade of brightness and happiness when underneath there's something else going on.
Right. It would just highly...
See, so this is
how
cool.
highly improbable is it that they would actually build something like that?
Yeah. Now this is cool. So we've got the Lutexes down there. You see them through the telescope. You exit the telescope.
They're not there.
They're not there. You know, that's a nice subtle little hint.
Mm-hmm. That things are...
Yeah.
No, they're gone.
Things aren't as they seem. But yeah, how impossible is this space, you know?
I mean, even like the Statue of Liberty, it's not this massive concrete, we assume, concrete or steel. That thing's heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Massive, heavy statue floating
that
above
thing
the
is
city.
Huge. But it's cool how it's portrayed there, you know? It looks like it's floating in the clouds. You don't see the foundation of it.
My good day to you, sir. My good day to you, sir.
Hello.
Game Wolf said he's disappointed that parts of the game showcased in the gameplay trailers didn't make it into the final game.
I agree.
Like the Revenge of the Jedi part with the song horse.
Yeah, there was some, in the lead up to the game's release, there was gameplay footage and stuff shown, and there's this huge, massive battle on a bridge. Elizabeth's opening up tears, interdimensional
Yeah, I
tears
saw
and
it, yeah.
And in one of them, she opens it up, and you're in, like, the 80s, and there's a cinema marquee with, you know, that says Revenge of the Jedi, which was the original title for Return of the Jedi.
Right.
And, you know, there's the dying horse and everything, and that didn't quite make it in the game. There is one part in the game where it shows something similar to that, but it's in French on the marquee, but it translates to Revenge of the Jedi.
Interesting.
If I'm remembering right. Yeah, I mean, even when you first get the vigor that gives you the Murder of Crows powers, the way that was presented was really cool. You've got this guy sitting in a chair. There's just crows sitting on him all around him. It just was very creepy. But you were going and you were listening to a hopeful politician speaking to the crowd, and then all of a sudden everybody turns on you.
Right.
And it was very, you know, I mean, it was unsettling.
Right.
You know, and we don't actually see that in the game, but It was really cool.
A life without vigors.
Yeah.
Keep safe.
You know, I love the vigors. I love the plasmids of, you know, of the original BioShock.
These amazing praise be to our prophet, and praise be to our person.
Love the fair.
That's, yeah. What Magic Work just said. Come on, Jimmy's friends.
Especially for kids. Now, say, I think it's really interesting, just go back to that really quick. The kaleidoscope.
Yeah.
The word of the prophet presents the envy of all his peers, and he's selling cigarettes to kids.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's really subtle, but you have to say, what kind of prophet endorses cigarettes for kids?
You know, but I think you also have to look back at the time that this is set in. I mean, that's very much how things were back then. These items, you know,
I agree with you.
We're kind of geared towards.
I agree with you, but at the same time, I mean, because we're in this
Right,
age,
right, yeah.
They did that. I mean, they could have picked anything, and they picked that.
Yeah.
I mean, something that almost everybody recognizes is going to say, "That's what? That's not good.
That's not right."
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
So I agree with you. It is timepiece. You know, really, really well, but.
See if I have what it takes. Oh, there it is over there.
That was a really interesting little line that the guy said, "What are you waiting for at the end of Rapture?"
Yeah. That's a good catch. I didn't catch that the first time. Huzzah!
Woohoo! 5 silver gold or silver eagles.
You know, and here we have our first hint of the racism in this game.
Yes.
You know, these caricatures. You know, but it's also a very clever tutorial.
Yeah, it is. Because you don't feel, I mean, they've integrated it so well, you don't feel like it is a tutorial.
Second place. I love the handyman.
Well, he's kind of a prototype of the Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Similar movements,
analogs.
similar.
And this is, this is one of the first enemies we saw in the reveal trailer.
Mhm.
You know. Just, the beating heart in the center. I mean, it's creepy.
Creepy.
It's
It is
huge,
creepy.
Have you ever lost a penny? Have you ever lost a penny to a vending machine?
One of those.
With just a whisper, they're all yours.
Kind of like what they say absinthe does to you.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you drink it.
As your girlfriend saying that there's a strange echo. In the game.
It's from the TV.
Okay, it's picking up on our microphone.
Yeah.
Do we need to turn it down a bit?
Maybe.
Okay, I'll turn it down a touch. Did I do anything?
No. Do it one more. That's good. We're gonna invest in a set of wireless headphones.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So that we can listen to the game and not have it affect the... That was a shout out to Joe Vance who told me to do that. So the potion you just drank is the possession potion, right?
Yes.
Don't know why I didn't recognize you before.
Heads.
Or tails.
Come on, let me through. Heads.
Or tails.
Tails. Told you. I never find that as satisfying as I imagined.
These two are so fascinating
They
in
are.
the game.
They really are.
Such a fascinating.
You know, the brother and sister
That are.
that are not brother and sister.
Yes. Well, nothing in this game is what it appears to be.
No, not at all.
Absolutely nothing. In fact, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you turned around and the red balloon switched to blue balloons.
Oh,
because
yeah.
who knows? I mean, nothing is what it seems.
This little beauty? The whole division got
I'm sure that the Magic Wolf has seen him, but seriously, this is one of the most awesome action.
See, yeah,
So awesome.
yeah. See, that thing just changed.
Yeah,
Just what we were talking about went from
Everything
the male
changes.
Lutece to the female Lutece.
everything changes.
So if you haven't played the game, you know this game deals a lot with what is it, quantum
Yeah,
Physics?
quantum physics. And...
time travel.
Okay,
and,
turn back around for just a second.
okay.
So the way they've done, you shall know the false method. Right there, you know, he knows. Booker knows there's something
Yeah.
going on, but I don't remember what the AD stands for.
Anna, it's Anna DeWitt.
Okay,
It's his daughter.
it's his daughter. Jovan says this isn't as awesome as GTA 2. I'm so glad you're back to GTA 2. I was worried when you were talking about Dishonored
Yeah,
that we had lost you,
yeah. I thought you'd gone.
but
I guess he's back.
he must have been possessed or something.
So you know, this is a very lengthy intro.
It is, but I
it's
still
not-
I still think it's
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful and it's perfect because it gets you so grounded. It gets you so incredibly grounded in this world, and then it just throws this curveball, pun intended,
Pun intended.
curveball at you. That's just insane. There it is.
Here we go.
The 1912 raffle has officially begun!
Mister!
Sorry, no sale.
Silly. There's never a charge for the raffle. You've been sleeping under a rock?
77.
77. That's a lucky number.
So we obviously don't. I mean, they said don't pick 77.
Right.
The bowl! Is that not the prettiest young white girl in all?
There it again, the prettiest young white girl.
All right then. The winner is number 77!
What do you know?
We're gonna come back to that question in a second, Magic Wolf. I think this is one of the most interesting. Because regardless of, again, this is a moment where regardless of what we choose to do, the same outcome occurs.
Yep. You know, this. I mean, this. It makes you uncomfortable. It's supposed to make you uncomfortable. You know, the apes, the monkeys. You know, just the
Everything.
So what do we do?
Looks like we've got a shy one here.
Who'd you pick?
Throw the announcer, and there it is.
It's him! Where'd you get that brand? Don't you know that makes you the backstabbing snake in the grass false shepherd? And we ain't letting no false shepherd into our flock. Show them what we got planned, boys!
Love it. I love it.
Bam! And all of a sudden, everything just goes insane.
Yeah.
Everything. This whole idyllic, oh, it's so peaceful, so awesome. Bam! That guy just lost his head.
Yeah.
Everything goes on absolutely batshit.
I just love the music. I mean, everything.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not one for violent games, but the way they juxtaposed everything, building up to this moment,
Yeah.
is insane.
Fantastic. And then everybody's just gone.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're all gone. And now it seems like everywhere is this huge sign. Everywhere is this huge sign that shows
you just see it everywhere.
you're the false shepherd. The ragdoll physics in this game, though, is a little bit off.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with it.
I'll allow it, though.
I'll allow it. Everything else is so crazy. Why wouldn't that be?
I told you, Comstock. You sell them paradise, and the customers expect cherubs for every chore. No menials in God's kingdom. Well, I have a man in Georgia who leases as many Negro convicts as you can board. Why, you can say they're simple souls in penance for rising above their station. Whatever eases your conscience, I suppose.
So that little bit from Jeremiah thing,
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because, okay, it's obvious that there's, by now we know there's something sinister going on here. But that little bit about, I can get you an unlimited amount of African slaves.
Yeah.
Tell yourself whatever you want about them. Whatever eases your conscience. I don't care, just pay me for them.
Yeah.
Kind of was like, that's what American exceptionalism was all built on. I'm better than this. I'm better than the black man.
So we can use them for
So we
whatever
can use them
purposes
for whatever we
deem
want.
fit. You know, same with the, the rape of the American West with the Native Americans.
Yeah, exactly.
The Trail of Tears and all that.
I mean, as graphic as this game is and as sinister as it is, it's very much based in American history.
Yeah.
All right, this is essentially what we did. Now, there wasn't a madman running around killing everybody and chopping their heads off.
Right. There wasn't a fine city and stuff, but
I do think that, the idea that we are better than people because of race, creed, color, sexual orientation, any of that. I mean, that's what this game explores, is that idea taken to an extreme. It's almost satire
right.
to the extent it's taken. Extremely bloody satire. But
yes.
Hey, Dragon Craze!
Dragon Craze!
How are you?
Hello.
Oh, man. I didn't realize it was that late.
Yeah, we've been playing for a good hour almost.
Yeah.
You just get so sucked into it.
You do. This game hasn't... And we haven't even met Elizabeth yet.
No.
So let's talk about Elizabeth.
Let's talk about Elizabeth. She is fantastic.
She is a amazing character.
Yes.
She kind of represents... I mean, she has this purity about her, this innocence about her, that she really shouldn't have because of who she is.
Right.
She's kind of naive.
Yeah.
Because she knows who Booker is, right?
Not initially. She's been pretty raised
but
in a vacuum.
She figures it out.
She figures it out, yeah.
So let's just talk about the ending.
Okay. So what happens, Lance?
Alright, so we realize that Booker is Comstock.
Yes.
And the only way to prevent Comstock from taking power and basically destroying the Earth, destroying the world below, is for Booker to kill himself.
Yes.
And so does Elizabeth do it?
Yeah.
He has Elizabeth drowned him in the waters of baptism.
Yeah.
So there's this pivotal moment where Booker goes to get baptized back on Earth, not in Colombia.
Yeah, he goes back to his initial baptism.
Yeah, he goes back to his initial baptism. And it's at that moment that he realizes this is when Comstock was born. That's where the split happens, is right at that moment. And so he has Elizabeth drowned him and Booker dies.
Yeah.
Because that was the only way to prevent Comstock. Probably somewhat imperative that we tell. So every time he dies, he goes back to his office and he opens that door and he's back in Colombia. Which is a very interesting mechanic. But Elizabeth has the ability to open up portals.
Rifts in time.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what they are.
Yeah. It's kind of ambiguous about that.
But I do think so. So in this one, in the original BioShock, we had to kill our father to progress. To basically save we were forced into killing him.
Yes.
But in order to save, I don't even want to go with our souls. I think our souls is completely destroyed at that point. But in order to continue with life, we're forced into killing our father. In this game, they take it to an even farther extreme because you are forced to kill yourself, and you have quite an emotional attachment to Booker and Elizabeth. They have quite the rapport with each other.
Yes.
They get along really well. They get along. Their fighting abilities, obviously. They complement each other really well.
I love this. It's so visceral and that's disturbing.
Very disturbing. So by the time you are forced with this realization of I've got to kill myself, it's not an easy decision. Because you realize Booker's not coming back.
Yay, Riley 1's here, the one and only.
Hey, Riley 1.
Welcome. Yeah, it's a heavy decision. I remember the first time I played it and got the conclusion of the game, I was haunted. I just sat here in stunned silence. Just everything has presented, the water, the multiple Elizabeths all standing around you, just the musical tones just playing, and then everything just goes black. It's just, phenomenal storytelling.
Yeah.
Very few games can tell a story the way the BioShock games tell stories.
Yes.
Would you agree?
I agree. That's why they're on our list.
Yeah.
I think first of all, I think this gameplay, it really improved on everything that BioShock did. So I do think that BioShock kind of had the original, game-changing idea of the vigors and interacting with the environment, the different power-ups and that kind of stuff in a first-person shooter.
Yes.
They kind of took all those ideas from RPG games and threw it into a first-person shooter, and that was really interesting. You can almost make the argument that it's somewhat of a Zelda game because you have to find the item, or you have to find the right vigor before you can progress.
Yeah, a little bit.
But they put that into an FPS, and I think that was really groundbreaking. But I think BioShock Infinite took everything that BioShock did and just amped it up to 11.
Yeah.
Including the story, because we're surrounded with the religious iconography and the Americanism and everything, and we're really I'm not afraid to say it, I'm kind of rooting for Colombia to succeed because it is this perfect society.
Yeah. Until
we realize, no, sorry,
really
it's not. It's not at all. Comstock is definitely a tyrant.
Yep.
And, just really, really well done. And I think the ending, the way they reveal who Elizabeth is and how she got her pinky finger cut off and everything, just ties in so well with everything.
Yeah, and it sets it up to where it's just this one. Booker gives up his daughter, Elizabeth, to Comstock, who is another version of himself. It's just this huge cyclical idea.
Well, it's infinite.
Yeah, it's infinite. I mean, and then it even goes further with the DLC, where it takes you back in Rapture, but what's really going on is Elizabeth basically kicks off the events of the original BioShock.
Yes.
She initiates the trigger, the would you kindly.
Would you kindly.
That causes Jack to unleash.
Yeah.
I mean, fantastic, incredible storytelling.
Yeah, I think they did really well. Really well. Have you ever seen Sanford and Son? Isn't that the show from like the 70s or something?
Yeah.
I don't think I've never watched it, but I want to know your funny thought, Jack.
Yeah, I want to hear the funny thought. I was just singing the theme song.
Nice.
The quiet moments in BioShock games are always unsettling.
I know, because someone was like, there's something coming.
Yeah. You're just waiting for something to go wrong.
A look back at opening day. So, I mean, they really, this whole thing, you look at it, it's all owned by the Fink brothers, by Jeremiah and Albert Fink. And they've really made a ton of money off of Comstock. I mean...
Yeah. Well, I mean, basically Comstock needed Fink to build this city.
Yeah.
With the genius of Lutece.
That's a really good question, Riley One. He wanted to know, he may be dumb or not, but since when do you guys stream on Thursday?
Yeah, that's a great question.
That is a really great question, to which the only answer is...
Since now.
Since now.
We've been... Go ahead. We've been having a lot of trouble lately. Not trouble, but just life.
Yeah.
Getting in the way.
There has been a lot of things block us from from getting here and doing this. But it's the first week of school was this week, so our kids are gone to school. That's all taken care of. We both had, Colt's son was starting kindergarten.
Yep.
My son was starting first grade.
It's tough.
So it's just kind of been a little bit... Last week was the fair and family and everything. And anyway, excuses. We will be streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays from now on.
Yes.
So, please join us, Riley One. We love having you.
Yeah, you're great.
We're sorry that we're not as consistent as we should be.
Our goal is to be more consistent. Every Tuesday, every Thursday, we want to be here with you guys.
Yes. So Riley One is like, the part where the guy goes, Elizabeth, I'm coming home. I don't know that part. Do you know that part? Sanford and Sons?
It's been a while.
I don't know that part. There he is again.
Yeah. So where's she? She's always close by.
Right there, yeah. And fascinating, she always seems to be holding something.
Yeah. That's true. She always has a tray.
She always seems to be holding a tray, or she's holding, or she seems to always have her hands in this position.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just take money out of the register. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. New boots.
Fleet feet.
The difference between...
Very cool.
and death.
Thank you. Thank you, Riley One. He says, you guys know I'll be here anytime you stream, besides the times I can't be.
That's reassuring. I love that.
I would say back to you, Riley One, we will be here on the days we can stream, except for the days that we can't.
The days we can't. We're always here.
We're always here on the days we can be here. I think that's a great, when I go into my job, I'm just going to say to my boss, listen, I promise to be here on the days I can be here, except for the days that I can't be here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to promise that I'm going to be here on days I can't be here.
Right.
Because I'm a smartass.
You are.
It's okay. I
Yes,
accept
it
it.
was some cornflakes.
The man pays for exactly
Oh, Dragon Craze says when he grabs his chest like he's having a heart attack.
half a Jew when I smell silver, so I say, Father,
Oh, that's right, yeah.
your flock
Like he's dying.
would pay
Elizabeth.
for 1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Elizabeth, I'm coming home.
They settle
Yeah.
for less. And then the prophet looks to me.
Okay, so this fascinating guy here, Ed Gaines.
100 will suffice.
Do you know him?
Oh, I know it again. Yeah.
The real
Ed
live,
Gein, yeah.
the real
Serial
live guy,
killer?
the serial killer.
Yeah.
That wore people's skin.
Yeah, who
very
Leatherface is partially based off of.
Yes. Yeah.
I
very
mean, even
similar.
the picture. It
This
looked
picture
just
was
like
him.
him.
Yeah.
That was him.
Really interesting that they
Different
included
spelling
him.
of the last name.
They
but,
did. They
I
did.
mean,
but
we know
still.
who it's supposed.
Exactly.
supposedly.
So creepy that they put him in the game because if you know anything about him, I mean, he had
Grave,
Yeah.
grave robber,
He-
mother issues. You know, he was
Made
the
lamps
basis
out of-
for Norman Bates.
yes,
Norman Bates.
Bates,
Psycho.
Bates.
Norman Bates
It's the Bates
and
Motel.
Leatherface. You know, wearing into people's skins, making things out of human remains, but then the terrible, terrible mommy issues.
Yeah, that guy was crazy.
Yeah.
Unless I am my own boss, Riley One.
Bum,
And
bum,
then-
bum.
I'm not saying I am my own boss. I'm just saying if I was.
Ah, yes.
That would be that would be funny, Dragon Crazy saying, so what if someone did a playthrough where every time they died, they played a clip of him saying that? The Elizabeth and come
Mod it up.
Do it. They did. They released BioShock Infinite for the PC, didn't they? Yeah.
Get on it, Joe Vance.
I'm pretty sure Joe Vans already has it, and he's all over it.
I love the weapon designs in these games. They're very steampunk inspired, you know.
Yes. Joe Vans doesn't work for me.
No.
We work together.
They all work for me.
That's true. We all work for
I'm
Gamer
boss.
Colt. Colt's really the boss.
I hate when I have to get-
Although you will all work for me at some point. I'll hire you, Riley One. I don't know what you'll do. I don't know what I'll pay you, but
Hey, I'd take it.
We'll
Riley.
figure-
You
we'll
won't-
figure
you won't even
something
hire
out.
me. You won't even hire me to be a Coco Man.
I'm totally going to hire you to be my Coco Man, but it's a seasonal job.
Still waiting. Still waiting.
It's a seasonal job.
No, Coco is always appropriate.
No, dude, it's like November to April is Coco season.
Okay, Coco/chocolate milk guy.
Oh, and
There,
we could
no
go
excuse.
with that.
No excuse.
You start tomorrow.
Okay, thanks. I'll be late.
Listen, I don't expect you to come on the days you can't come, but you better by damn be there on the days you can.
I'm just saying, the days I can't come, don't count on me.
I won't count
the
on
days
you.
I can come, expect me to be there.
All right.
Is that fair?
That's fair. I can accept that. You just ripped that handyman apart, dude. Pokey? Riley One will take his payment in Pokey? Is that the Chinese? Is that the Chinese candy? The Chinese little sticks?
The sticks.
Is that what you're talking about?
The Pocky Pocky.
Who's Gamer John? That's a really good question. Who is Gamer
Who is
John?
Gamer John? We
I
had a
think
Gamer
we-
1
we
at
had
one
a-
point.
We had a Gamer John, and then he decided he was too cool for the stream.
He didn't like us anymore.
So he left. We probably should update our page.
Yeah.
We miss Gamer John. In fact, I'm just going to say, Gamer John, if you're out there listening, we miss you. But he's not, so it doesn't matter.
Right. If he is, he's probably talking about... something that rhymes with brand, cleft, mottos. Am I right?
Dues.
Dude.
Dues. I'm so glad that I knew what Poke was.
Yeah, like they're like dipped in the chocolate.
They're
crispy
like
sticks.
yeah.
They're amazing.
Has a little panda on the. I would totally pay you in Pokies, Riley One. Figure something out. I mean, we live in an internet age. You can work from home.
Yeah,
it's not a big deal.
So, what would it be like?
Jovan says that Gamer John's still around.
Where is he?
I have no idea. I do feel like we should have honorary gamer Curtis.
Yeah. Yeah. Honorary gamer
Lexi.
Do you call him Gamer Magic Wolf or Gamer Mike? He's an
honorary gamer Magic Mike.
Magic Mike. I love it. Magic Mike.
All the way.
You're welcome, Magic Wolf.
Story twist, Jovens is actually Gamer John.
What?
Shh. Don't tell anyone. It's a secret.
It's a secret to everyone.
To everyone. I'm really tired, so I'm acting really crazy. We should game while tired more often. Hey!
What?
Hearthstone expansion, the Grand Tournament. Have you played?
I have not.
Anybody played? Anybody else played in chat? Jovans, I'm waiting on you to say yes. They introduced a new mechanic called Inspire, which triggers things whenever you use your hero power.
Interesting.
It is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm re-addicted to Hearthstone now, which sucks because I'm paying for WoW.
Right.
So it's like, am I going to play the game that's free? Am I going to play WoW that I'm paying for? First world problems, you know.
So, we're kind of in a dead zone here where things are kind of quiet.
Yeah.
Magic Mike, or Magic Wolf, asked about Until Dawn. I started playing it a couple months ago.
And?
I love it. Do you know what Until Dawn is?
Okay, hold on just 2 seconds.
Okay.
I'm really into the patch 2.3 as well, with the Kanani Cube from Diablo 3. They haven't released it for PS4 yet. It's just out on PC. Holy crap, the new round that they did, which is like ice, it's awesome.
Nice.
It is awesome. You guys have got to try it if you haven't yet. If you haven't played D3.
Yeah.
So my initial... We've kind of talked about this a little bit. We're going to come back to Until Dawn, I promise. We've talked about this a little bit. Initial launch Diablo 3 was kind of a letdown.
Yeah.
But I feel like... And honestly, I've been looking back and I'm thinking about it. Initial launch of Diablo 2 was kind of a letdown as well. You know?
I'm trying to think.
I mean, they still had... The story was awesome. And I know some people... maybe, you know what? $5 donation and you can be an honorary gamer. No, I'm joking.
Seriously.
We're joking. We may implement something
Actually,
like that.
I have something I want to talk about.
Honorary gamer Riley is going to be definitely for sure. Dragon Craze as well.
So,
what do you want to talk about?
Well, have you seen those? There's a new set of Ninja Turtle figures coming out, created by Mondo. They're 1/6 scale. It's like a mix of the classic red bandana turtles with the classic cartoon, kind of mixed media type thing. It's kind of about this big.
Awesome.
Tons of accessories. The only problem is they're like $150 each.
Ouch.
So if I wanted all 4 of them, I've already had to say no on them. But you know, if I was to get all four of them, that's $600. You know, so to be an honorary gamer, $5. We'll build it up, and they'll go into the Buy Colt More Ninja Turtles fund. Solid,
we'll come up with
solid
something.
Idea.
We'll come up with an awesome package for everybody.
I'm totally teasing, guys.
We'll come up with something. If we are going to ask for money, you're
it'll
gonna get your
you
money's
guys.
worth. It's
gonna
going to be
benefit you
freaking
guys.
amazing.
It's not going to benefit us.
And Colt and I already have ideas on what we're
do.
going to do there. So as soon as we get that launched,
we're getting to there.
That's $1,000. It is $1,000.
It is.
Yeah. $1,000's easy to make. We'll sort it out. We'll get them for you, Cole. It's gonna be awesome. No, so Jovan said D2 was good when the expansion came out. No, I agree. I think D3 gets a lot of hate. They're like, oh, it's a really crappy game. It has morphed into an amazing game. I think it is. Blizzard did not accept the criticism that the community gave them, and they have implemented a ton of improvements. And patch 2.3, actually, you get a version of the cube from 2. What's it called?
The Roderick cube.
Yes, you get the progenitor of that cube. That actually, the cool thing about it is you can extract the legendary affixes for items and then permanently attach them to your character. So you don't have to equip the legendary in order to get that benefit.
Uh-oh.
It is awesome sauce. Which I saw a Cocoa mug with the word awesome sauce on it. I almost bought it, but...
See, and then I can get your cocoa in it. It's all coming together, Lance.
Yes. We need more viewers. I agree, we do need more viewers. And if Colt and I were more consistent, I would put a plan in action to get more viewers. But then we wouldn't be able to interact with you guys on a one-on-one basis. So,
That's right.
It's kind of like...
We'll get more viewers.
We will. We're not going anywhere.
No, we'll be around.
Slow growth. We're definitely into the slow growth. We want personal connections with everybody.
Yes.
You know, like the day that Riley won blew a spider off of his wall with a gun.
I mean, that was fantastic.
That was fantastic. That is a personal memory that Riley won and I shared.
I like that memory. That's a good memory.
You know? It's good times. I will, yes, Dragon Craze, I will. If I ever find a mug that says that'sthebomb.com, I will buy it. All the way. How can we get more viewers, Riley One? Tell me.
Shut up about your bittersweetness, Magic Wolf. We already had this talk.
What was the talk? I want to know. I feel so bad that Magic Wolf was in town and we didn't get a stream with him.
I know. That was what...
I was like... And I was even at the rodeo on Saturday looking for you guys.
We were over in the bleachers.
I was over in the bleachers.
Well, why didn't you find us? Granted, I wasn't there very long because both my kids had meltdowns.
So did mine.
So, hey, that's probably why we didn't see each other.
Hashtag daddy problems. More nudity!
What?
Are you kidding me?
All right.
I was like, what's going on?
What is going to happen? We'll just bring my pug downstairs. He's naked all the time. There's your nudity.
Bam.
Pug nudity.
Riley One says we should play the game Spore. So we're John Wilkes Booth.
Okay, I love this part of the game. Semper Tyrannis. So these are the guys who... They're like a KKK. Almost.
Yeah, almost.
I mean, they vilify Abe Lincoln. They love John Wilkes Booth. But this is where you come across the Brotherhood of the Raven.
Yes.
The Crow Dudes.
The Crow Dudes. You're out of ammo, and you just opened up a... Oh, that was a bad move, Colt. I played Spore since Riley One brought it up. I played Spore because it was a... what's his name? The guy that did Civilization. Sid Meier?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a Sid Meier. It was,
What was his name?
Ed Wright?
No.
What was the developer's name?
Doesn't sound right.
Regardless, it was a developer that everybody loved. And they're like, this is going to be so awesome.
Is it the guy that did Fable? It's not that guy, is it?
No, it's not that guy. I don't remember his name, but anyway, I thought it was a piece of crap game. I hated it. Could not believe I'd wasted my money on it, actually.
Really?
Will Wright.
Will
Wright. You're right, Dragon Craze.
Is it Will Wright?
Yeah, I had the right in my head. Will Wright created Spore. Oh!
Easy, boy of silence.
Boy. Oh, that's his brother's name. He also created The Sims. Yeah, it was the guy that created The Sims.
Okay.
That's right, Dragon Craze. Order of the Raven, which is totally not a play on Order of the Phoenix.
Right. I mean, look at this. This is creepy.
Yeah,
you
that's
got the
creepy.
demonized Abe Lincoln, John Wilkes Booth with a halo around his head.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is unsettling.
Very.
And I love
And
it.
the fruit flies and everything.
Just
And the
birds
bird crap.
everywhere. I mean,
All of it.
just spooky.
You thought I was going to say loved it? Nah, I hated it. We will see. Do you have a... We'd have to get a copy of Spore.
Okay.
In order to play it, because I don't have mine anymore. Is it on Steam?
I'm sure it is.
We'll figure it out, Riley One. And then we'll talk about why Spore is not on our list. But I won't badmouth it too bad, because you seem to like it. And Dragon Craze says he loves Spore as well. Hi, I guess I'm in the minority. Did you play it?
I did not.
Were you interested in playing it?
Not really.
Okay.
I've never been a big fan of those
Simulator games.
Sims. I was never a big fan of that.
I will say that I really, really enjoyed Black and White. Did you ever play those games?
I did not.
Did you see them?
Yes.
That
was the God Sim,
The God,
basically.
yeah. I did enjoy those games. I thought they were fun. Oh, it's on Origin. Things we do for our followers, Colt.
I know.
I swear I'd never buy another Origin game. We need to play Myst.
Myst is fun. Yeah, we need to have a Myst and Riven.
We need to have a Myst and Riven night.
I love Riven. I love.
No,
Myst
you
too, but I
the
think Riven
best,
is a better
Riley
game.
One.
I'm just happy everybody's here tonight.
I am too. It seems like the first time in a while we've had everybody here. No, no Sias, but
Yeah, Comstock. Suck it.
shot him in the head.
Go to Victon and you shall find out. No animal is born free, except the white man. And it is our
No animals are born free except
the white man.
the white man, specifically the white man.
began his terrible rampage. Trouble began almost instantly. Full of wrath and bent on harm, the anarchists maliciously wounded several Colombian peacemakers.
You can't kill the ravens. You can't kill them.
As of this hour,
I don't have anything else to say after we
neither.
promised we're gonna play Spore.
Yeah.
Gonna have to. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah. I'm hoping we get the. Let's finish this little area right here, this Raven Stronghold, because I think this is where you get the Murder of Crows
Yes.
vigor, which is my favorite vigor
Right.
in both games.
I will say so in terms of vending machines in games, I think one of the games that did it so incredibly well is Resident Evil 4.
Yes.
I loved that creepy guy that followed you around.
The omnipotent merchant,
Yeah,
who even after you shot him in the face and killed him, he'd show up again.
yes. I thought he was just the right mix of creepy and awesome.
Welcome, stranger.
Yes, I loved it. Although I will say Resident Evil 4. Is it on our list? Is Resident Evil 4 on our list?
It's
It
easily
has
on
to
our
be.
list. It's either that or Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, but nothing after 4.
No.
I mean, the rest of it was just crap.
5? Come on, man. Boulder punching?
No.
Chris Redfield?
No. I mean, what happened to Chris Redfield? It's like, okay, all of a sudden he became
started
a
juicing.
steroid gay man? I wasn't quite sure what happened.
He got, yeah.
I mean, not that Leon... I mean, Leon's a pretty boy.
Leon's awesome, though.
But my favorite costume is the mobster with the
Yeah,
scarf.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love
Yeah.
it.
You know, and with Resident Evil 6,
so that we might cover
The Leon portion of that game was the best portion because it went back to the horror.
Yeah.
It was very horror drenched. You know, Chris
Well,
Redfield
in
was very
4
action oriented.
4, when you first walked into that Spanish town and they're
Oh,
all
yeah.
zombies and like, we have to pray, and like the guy with the chainsaw comes at you. So, I mean, that was one of the games that... Sorry, I just couldn't talk while I was
I don't know. It's intense.
Resident Evil 4 was one of the games that made me say, okay, I don't really care for gore. But it's such an amazing game.
Mm-hmm. It's a
and
good game.
so much fun. And then they released it on the Wii, which I was like, really? That's a family console? That's not a family game.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun on the Wii.
With the motion controls and stuff.
I love Captain Chatsman. Dragon Craze wanted to know why you didn't shoot through the heart. I didn't get the reference, Dragon Craze, so I was...
Is that Bon Jovi?
That is Bon Jovi. Yeah. I love this guy carrying the coffin.
Coffin? Yeah, it's spooky.
It turns into ravens. You forgot Earth, Jovans. Captain Planet. Where I used to work, but back when it was just 3 of us there, we used to say, when our powers combined, we are Captain Nifty. And we actually had a Twitter handle, Captain Nifty. And
look at that. There it is.
There it is.
There's my favorite.
Murder of Crows.
Let's do this.
Gamer Cult got it. Totally. Gamer Cult gets all the references.
I'm very pop savvy. I'm just
so creepy.
I love it. I love it.
Murder of Crows.
And it sounds cool too.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, because a group of crows is called a murder.
Yeah.
So. It's kind of redundant, though.
What do you,
a murder of crows.
What do you call 2 crows sitting on a fence post? Attempted murder. It was a dad joke.
It was a dad joke. Hashtag daddy problems. Speaking of daddy problems, my kids are probably awake, and they need to go to bed.
Oh, my kids are just asleep. They're having a rough day. A little one was, for sure.
Yeah. This is not a game I would play with my children.
Why? This is good, wholesome fun.
Yes, good, wholesome fun. Look at those carcasses on the ground.
We also advocate responsible game playing, especially around children.
We do.
Okay, well, I think
we don't have bad jokes. Riley won. What are you talking about? Riley won.
How dare you?
Cut to the heart.
Apologize. So much for that honorary gamer status.
Gamer Riley, I mean...
Well, should we wrap it up?
Dragon Craze says his kids haven't been born yet. That's the best time, really, is when your kids haven't been born. You can play what you want. Not have to spend $400 on school and shoes and clothes and new backpack. I will say, my son got the most awesome Clocky-Walkie backpack ever. I loved that thing. I thought it was awesome.
It was pretty sweet. The
TARDIS backpack. And it's a knapsack, so it's bigger on the inside.
Nice.
Totally awesome. On that note, with the bad jokes and the blood spilling everywhere, we will bid you all good night.
Night, guys.
Come back
Thanks for joining
Tuesday.
us.
We'll be here.
Yep.
We're pretty good at doing Tuesdays.
Yeah, Tuesdays always seems easier. It's the end of the week that...
Dragon Craze is 16. Riley one's 14. We have a really young audience.
We do. Welcome, young ones.
Yes.
We will lead you down the
And,
path.
you know, I don't know if we can call you honorary gamers yet, but we can call you Padawans.
True. Honorary gamers in training.
Yes.
Hell, I'll even knight you with my lightsaber.
No freaking way. With what? The Riley one's 14? No freaking way. I'm only 19.
No, you're not. Don't say that, and that makes me feel old. Because I'm 33.
Right on. See you guys later.
See you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Ancient mariner, let the vigor undertow.
Okay, we couldn't leave yet. We just had to watch the ending of BioShock Infinite with you guys.
We're going to boot it up right now.
Yeah, we're booting it up right now. We just had to watch this. Also, Dragon Craze. It's only my 13th anniversary of my 19th birthday. Giving you sly looks. We love you too, Riley 1. Although I don't know why we're not your first favorite.
Yeah.
Tell me what your first favorite is so I can hunt them down and figure out what they're doing better than me.
They probably have nudity.
It's probably a girl.
Probably is. Girls.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No,
it could be a guy. I mean, we're...
Okay, here we are.
I love
Here's
this.
the ending, fellas.
Wait, this is the ending of...
Infinite.
Not
the DLC.
Yeah, not the DLC.
Burial at Sea.
Yes. Welcome to Rapture.
There's Elizabeth. She's around here somewhere.
Good thing you didn't leave, Riley 1.
This is where we have to go. This is where we
Why?
have to go.
What is going on, Elizabeth? What is going on, Elizabeth? What do you mean this is a doorway?
Show you. I'd like to show you.
Probably gonna regret this. Probably gonna regret this.
Really? Rayleigh Booker?
No.
You won't regret it. Oh, Tenacity Games. It was the first stream he ever saw. I won't argue with that.
Yeah, your first is always the best. No innuendo intended there.
My first was my only, so
Mine too.
I wouldn't know. We're revealing a lot about our values on this stream, aren't we?
Yes, we
a
are.
lot of things being said in between the lines.
Yes.
God,
The stars. Beautiful. The stars.
So you're back at the lighthouse.
Back at the original lighthouse. I love this ending so much.
come on, it's this way.
I mean, Elizabeth knows where she's going.
Yeah, she's figured out what's going on and kind of how to control things a little bit.
Yeah.
She's starting to understand her power.
So all of a sudden, we're not at the original lighthouse. I mean, we pull up and it is the
Once we were here, I
the lighthouse,
I
but
could fully control it. I thought
What is that?
it's a key.
What is that?
It's a key.
Come from? Where did it come
It's
from?
always been there. It's always been there. I just couldn't see it. I just couldn't see it.
like everything in this game.
Mm-hmm. It's always been there.
See? choosing.
I've heard of Tenacity games, but I've not heard of Zero Tolerance gaming, so I'm gonna have to check them out.
Yeah.
What are all these lighthouses? What are all these lighthouses? Why are we... Who are...
There are a million worlds. All different. All similar.
I love how she's pulling it up out of the water.
Yeah, she's creating it.
There's always a man. There's always a city.
How do you know this?
I can see them through the doors. Columbia, Songbird. Sometimes something's different.
Constants.
Yet the same.
Constants. And variables.
Yes.
Us.
Not exactly. We swim in different oceans but land on the same shore. It always starts with the lighthouse.
I don't understand.
You don't need to. It'll happen all the same.
Why?
Yes, it does. Yes, it has.
There's so many choices. There's so many choices.
They all lead us to the same place.
No one tells me where to go. No one tells me where to go.
Look, we've already been.
I love that idea, you know. No one tells me where to go. It doesn't matter. You've already been there.
Yeah. It really makes
Nobody's telling you where to go.
Yeah, it really makes you, contemplate. I think that's why I love these games so much, is they're not afraid to go into these very abstract concepts.
Yes. Well, and they're not afraid to let you explore them. Okay,
Right.
so this is it.
This is it.
Wait a minute. I know this place. I know this place. I was here 20 years ago. Right after Wounded Knee. I was looking for...
Come on now, time's a wasted.
Why were you here?
Are you ready to have your past erased? Are you ready to have your sins cleansed? Are you ready to be born again? Take my hand.
No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to.
You already did, didn't you?
Again, we're faced with this undeniable choice.
Yeah. No matter how, and that's the key to this story that it's telling. No matter how hard you kick against it, you end up in the same place.
Are you ready to be born again? Do you hate your sin? Do you hate your sin? Do you hate your wickedness? Do you want to clean the slate? Leave behind all you were before and be born again in the blood of the Lamb. Jesus, wash this man clean. Father, wash him born again.
Think a dunk in the river's gonna change the things I've done? Let's get out of here.
These doors of yours, they're all tears.
These doors of yours, they're all tears.
Open
Right?
them up to
Open
Paris.
them
I
up.
want to be shut of all
Open them up
this.
to Paris. I want to be shut of all this.
Not until we find Comstock.
Comstock's dead.
No. He was here. This way.
Now he says Comstock's dead because he killed him.
Yeah.
So he thinks he's dead.
What are my debts? What are my debts?
Bring us the gun.
This is the man who hired me to find you. This is the man who hired me to find us.
Really?
The girl for the debt. The girl for the debt.
What was the debt again?
He had gambling debts.
Okay, you're right.
But as with everything, the debt has a double meaning.
Yeah.
There's no this. There's no baby.
There was no baby. If
There was no baby, and if there was, I sure as hell wouldn't give it over to this guy.
You don't leave this room
Do it.
until you do.
Time's running short.
Time is running short. Bring us the gun
Wipe away the debt.
and wipe away the debt.
Go ahead.
Oh, Oh, there, it's echoing. I'm sorry.
You can wait as long as you want.
We turned it up because we really want to hear what's going on.
Yes, but that's an easy fix.
Behind all of the doors. And behind one of them, I see him.
What choice do I have? The debt's paid. Mr. Comstock washes your...
So this whole time we've been thinking that he's supposed to find Elizabeth and give it, but we find out no. He gives up his baby to Comstock because Comstock obviously knows who she is.
Right, and what she'll become.
Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt.
There was no baby. The deal was I go to Columbia to get you. I remember. Now we've upset him.
I don't expect this next bit to be much less rude. Come on.
So now we're back at the same place.
Yep.
They said the same dialogue.
Comstock's dead. We can just go on with our lives. You don't need...
Dead? You mean like Chenlet? Like Lady Comstock? He is alive in a million worlds. It's not over because the prophet is dead. It will only be over when he never even lived in the first place.
This is where he realizes who she is.
Right. In the Barely Lit See DLC, it replays this idea, except instead of the finger getting lost when the portal closes, it's her. That's what they said in one of the timelines.
Really?
It's disturbing.
Yes.
She's gone, Booker. Anna's gone. You shared this room with your regret for almost 20 years.
Why do you want to insert a nuke?
Till one day,
Why?
a man came to you, offered you a chance for redemption. A chance for us to be together.
I told you it was.
You suppose he branded himself as some sort of penance? Don't see the point. What's done is done. What's done won't be done. I suppose the brand is his hair shirt, as he is ours.
Away the death. Wipe away the death. You see, he's starting to put his story together.
You're quite fond of this theory of yours.
He's manufacturing new memories from his old ones.
Huh? The brain adapts.
I should know. I've lived it.
We're gonna wake up. We're gonna wake up. This is where it started.
Like if you cry every time. Riley says.
To your credit, you did try to weasel out of the deal.
This is all Comstock's fault. What if I went back? Killed him before he did any of this?
Things get set in motion.
How would one know how far back to go? That's the only way to do it. Go back to when he was born, and smother the son of a bitch in his crib.
I mean, even that. I mean, just that idea. It's
Very
disturbing.
disturbing.
It's unsettling.
That Booker's,
Willing to
contemplating
go to that
idea.
Yeah.
Because he obviously doesn't know who Comstock is.
Right. He hasn't quite put the pieces together yet.
Well, and we haven't either as
Yeah,
gamers. We don't know who.
No, we're
who
going
he
along
is.
with the ride.
We just think he's some other guy. But again, we're going back to the same.
Yeah.
Seeing the same things over again.
Treaded the same pathways.
There's the note.
Are you sure this is what you want?
I have to. It's the only way to undo what I've done to you.
Booker DeWitt, are you ready to be born again?
Why are we back here?
This isn't the same place, Booker.
Of course it is. I remember.
Are you ready to leave behind all that has gone before? What does it mean?
Who are you?
You chose to walk away on other oceans. You didn't. You took the baptism. You were born again.
I like how the Elizabeth over there is the one that was revealed in the original gameplay trailers.
Yes.
Before they changed her.
Smother him in the grass.
Smother, 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 smother. Before the choice is made, before you are reborn. He's Zachary Comstock. He's Booker DeWitt.
No. Both.
And I like how the Elizabeth slowly disappear.
Yes.
As the camera pans out.
Dragon Craze, we just couldn't go without watching the ending.
Yeah, we wanted to see the ending, so we came
had
back
to watch
on.
the ending, so we came back on. So without Booker,
she doesn't disappear. Do you notice that? How that
didn't.
ends?
She didn't.
The others do. The other timelines do. But the original remains.
And that's the end.
Well, there's a post-credit scene.
Oh, is there really?
Mm-hmm. Booker wakes up in his office.
I've never seen it.
And there's a baby crying in the other room. Meaning...
that Elizabeth.
He reset everything and things turned out okay. He wiped out the point where he became Comstock and everything reset itself to him being Booker and Elizabeth being alive and well in her crib. Which... I wasn't expecting a happy ending.
No, I mean, after that you don't expect it.
Yeah, we faded to black and then we jumped back in.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry. We just got really excited about the game and wanted to see the ending.
Well, we didn't feel like we could talk about it without seeing the ending.
Yeah. I love this theme, this music.
It's beautiful.
It's powerful.
It is, right?
I remember sitting at work when I worked at the Boys.
The newspaper.
I think it was before you guys left.
Yeah.
It had been kind of, it had been a rough day. And I remember listening to this soundtrack through my headphones.
When wasn't a rough day?
There was a lot of rough days.
I mean, even when we were in the back, it was like...
It was tough.
It was not... I mean, I had a crap ton of fun, but...
Yeah, it was fun.
It was dealing with those ladies.
We are sneaky bastards, Dragon Craze.
We are.
It had been a rough day, And I just remember sitting there doing my journalist work and listening to this music on my headphones and just, you feel, I knew what the game was about. I'd played it all the way through. And the fact that a game can make us do that.
Yeah.
This is an emotional game. It's taxing.
Yeah.
And what kind of game is it? It's a shooter.
It is a shooter. And I mean, I think that, the evolution of this game is The Last of Us. There's a lot of parallels. I mean, even in the relationship between Joe and Ellie, with Booker and Elizabeth, there's kind of parallels
similarities,
between them. Is this it?
I hope so. I hope I didn't skip it. may have accidentally skipped it.
Oh, no.
Sorry, man.
It's okay. I'll go YouTube it.
Yeah, look up the post credits. Anyway,
you know, there are a lot of themes common in this. This game kind of opened up a lot of interesting emotions we hadn't really seen in gaming before. Yeah. So I definitely think it deserves a place on our list.
Agree.
So, on that note, we are actually leaving this time.
We will leave for good this time.
Thanks for hanging around, Riley1. Thanks for coming back, Dragon Craze. We will talk to you guys on Tuesday, and we will be talking about...
What are we going to talk about?
It's a surprise.
Yep.
Although, I will say...
The Horde is coming.
The Horde is coming. No, the Legion. The Legion? The Burning Shadow is coming. That's what I want to say. The Burning Shadow is coming.
For the Horde.
Lotarogar.
Job's done.
I love that.
This is my favorite.
I had it as my ringtone for a while there.
I like it.
Alright, guys. Like we'll see you on Tuesday. Thanks for hanging around.
See you later.